Oh man, SOFI just missed earnings and I had to load the boat. It's getting punished. It's down 14%, so I couldn't resist me some SOFI. Look, they managed to exceed revenue. They doubled revenue on the previous quarter. They missed earnings per share by quite a lot, actually. So they were expected to be relatively flat. I think it was 0.02 cents, per share. And they came in at 48 cents per share. So a big miss on earnings, and they gave weaker guidance, which we know in this market is going to get you punished. Let's take a brief look at their presentation. Let's see what we can find in here. So, SOFI. So they're saying their members have grown 113% to 2560 from 2281. So a good steady growth there. Not quite parabolic yet, but it's good growth, 113% year on year versus Q2 2021, which is 2020, which is there. So from 1204 in that previous quarter last year to there. Let's look at products. So they've increased their growth in products, 123% year on year. Number of Galileo accounts increased by 119%. Okay, so we can see their lending, relatively modest growth there, 14%. And then the financial services products are really ramping up for SOFI. Let's look at their numbers. So analysts were expecting revenue to come in at 218. So they were already expecting a good revenue beat from SOFI, and they delivered 237, so it was a beat, and that's 74% year on year, and you can see it's a decent growth from the previous quarter. Now they're showing EBITDA as coming in as positive there, but we know their earnings have come in negative, so they're loss making at this moment in time. Let's look at their annual performance. So in 2018 they delivered 241 million, 450 in 2019, 2020, 621, and now last 12 months, which is LTM, they've delivered 852. So very good sign there that we're coming in for a very strong year and definitely a record year. And same, they're showing that EBITDA positive in the last 12 months. So hopefully this calendar year can be EBITDA positive as well for SOFI. So this is where we came in on the non-GAAP earnings. So they shared guidance in Q1 of delivering between 215 and 220. They actually came in at 237. Now, the reason that's not pushed analysts, made them too excited, is because of the loss. Now, they're showing positive on EBITDA, higher than their presentation, but they're not showing what their net loss was. Okay, so you have to go into the 8K for that, and you can see the earnings per share loss. Okay, so you can see here they're showing that they could potentially break Q3 as EBITDA positive. But remember, this is non-GAAP. Okay, so this is their presentation. You have to be careful what is shown in these presentations. If ever you're unsure, head over into the 8K, which will give you a better understanding. But this is for me to get an idea of how the management are thinking about the business right now, which is always important in a growth company. You want to look at the 8Ks, but with such a fast-growing company, sometimes some of the traditional metrics may not help you pick these winners, these gems, which the market aren't finding. So let's look at their members growth. It's a little bit small there. So members growth, you can see 704. These are in thousands, by the way, so 704,000, 759,000, 860, and now they're getting close to 1 million. They broke the million in Q1 of 2020, and now if we fast forward to where we just delivered, 2.5 million users on the platform. So to give you an idea, I think Robinhood are they are not on 50, 60 million people on the platform. I need to double check that, but so far very small, and they've got a lot of room to grow. And as the average retail traders start to become more educated in the finance space, in investing, in crypto, in these different platforms, they'll be looking for platforms like SOFI. So that's good growth. And then just flicking on to their lending segment, so we can see the total originations of their lending. How's that doing? Okay, so let's look at the full year. So you can see 2018 they did 11.7, then 11.2, 9, last one 110. Okay, so the actual originations are going down, but the contributions are showing as going up. So the loss making in 2018, and they expect it to contribute 365 in the last 12 months. Won't flick through all of these. So there you have it, guys. So they took a hit, but I think it's an exciting business. They've got a lot of different product offerings, and they've managed to create this hub and spoke model where they can plug into different platforms for their different services that they're offering. And so they're almost like a big affiliate network as well as creating their own products, because they can just they've got their partner networks for the lending or for the insurance, and they can simply once they get a customer in, the lifetime value is going to be fantastic because they can just offer all these different products without having to increase their overheads because they're just plugging into their partner networks. So SoFi definitely one I was really curious to start a position in. I've put a small position in today, given that it's 15% down, and I'll just keep doing my research on this company to see if it's going to fall into my high conviction. It's not high conviction yet, but definitely something I'm happy to nibble on at these prices. So there you have it, guys. Q2 earnings for SoFi. We'll see you in the next one.